Suddenly, one of the planes dipped sharply, trailing smoke. A few seconds later, it hit the ground about a mile away, an orange bloom of fire lighting up the horizon. I think we're under attack. Military planes are crashing. There's no service, no power. Hello, and welcome to Fearfull Wickedness. I am your host, the storyteller. We hope you enjoy tonight's tale. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Ethan was halfway home from work when the world seemed to stop making sense. It started with the radio, static, then silence. The traffic lights at the intersection ahead blinked once and went dead. Cars and trucks all stopped, as if the ignition had been turned off. Confusion rippled through the line of commuters. He picked up his phone to text his wife, but the message wouldn't send. No signal, no bars. That's when the sound came. A low, thunderous rumble rolled across the sky. People leaned out of their car windows, looking up. Ethan squinted through the windshield and saw something massive cutting through the gray clouds. A jet, flying far too low. Then came another, and another. Military planes. Big ones. Ethan got out, standing beside his truck. The engine screamed overhead, loud enough to rattle his chest. The crowd on the street pointed, some shouting, others trying to get their phones to turn on so they could record what was happening. But nothing was working. Suddenly, one of the planes dipped sharply, trailing smoke. A few seconds later, it hit the ground about a mile away, an orange bloom of fire lighting up the horizon. The blast wave shook windows and sent car alarms howling. People screamed and ran, scattering in every direction. Ethan's pulse thundered. "It's an invasion," he said under his breath. "It's happening." He ran for home, leaving his truck in the highway. His wife, Ashley, was probably there, alone, waiting for him. He tried calling 911. No signal. The sky roared again. More jets passed overhead, and in the distance, black smoke rose like a wound on the skyline. He saw people huddled on sidewalks, some crying, some praying. By the time he reached his neighborhood, houses stood dark, lifeless. He sprinted to his door, shouting her name. "Ashley, where are you?" She burst out of the kitchen, flashlight in hand, eyes wide. "Ethan, what's happening?" The news went out, then the lights, then... He grabbed her. "I think we're under attack. Military planes are crashing. There's no service, no power. We need to get to the basement." They huddled there for hours, listening to muffled sounds and distant explosions. Ethan kept checking his phone, hoping for something, anything, to come back online. Finally, just before dawn, a low rumble approached again. He tensed, gripping his wife's hand. Then, through the small basement window, they saw flashing lights, red, blue, white. A voice echoed outside through a bullhorn. "This is the military armed forces. Stay calm. Everything is under control." Ethan slowly pushed open the door and stepped out into the cool morning air. Soldiers were standing in the street, helping neighbors, talking into radios. The sky was calm again. He ran up to one of the guards. "What's going on? Was it an attack?" The man adjusted his helmet. "No, sir. It wasn't an attack. It was a statewide emergency drill, communications blackout, flight simulation, the works," he said. "But the plane I saw, did it crash?" One of the training planes lost control and went down, but no one was hurt. It was all a misunderstanding. Ethan stood there, stunned. Around him, people were hugging, crying, laughing nervously as the truth spread. He looked up at the brightening sky, still streaked with smoke. His voice cracked as he whispered, "I thought it was the end." The soldier gave him a small, tired smile. "You and everyone else, sir." As the sun climbed higher, the electricity came back on. Ashley came out of the house, and walked over to Ethan. As the soldier explained what happened, for a second, she and Ethan noticed a round silver disc-shaped object disappear behind a cloud.